Conern Universe, it's Conern Tip Tuesday, and today, listen, stop sacrificing your cane. I'm going to tell you what I'm talking about because we get questions about this all the time. There's something better to do instead. But before we do that, a warm welcome to all, especially those of you who are here for the first time. Before we both forget, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you really love the content, hit that little bell icon so that you don't miss any future content, and avail yourself. We have free resources. The most important one by far is the no-cost cane clarity call. Text the letter CCC to the number on the screen, and in less than 24 hours, we will be in a phone call with you. We actually take the time to schedule it so we can set aside, it doesn't cost you a penny, a free call just to answer your questions about anything having to do with the cane. What is it that's attracting you to the cane today? We love listening to you and then giving you guidance. It's going to save you tons of time, funds, and frustration in trying to figure this thing out. We've been doing this for decades now. And so we also have the private Facebook groups. Go ahead and request entry. They will let you right in. We get calls all the time about the canes and which is the cane. One universal concern is, will the canes hold up to someone coming in and striking you? You got somebody who's, we always say, younger, faster, stronger, and they're coming in with an impact tool or whatever it is, and can you trust that cane and put it between you and your assailant? And the answer to that is a resounding yes. We test the canes, whether they be hardwood or aircraft grade aluminum, like the Raven, right? This is a metal cane. This thing is not gonna crack. It'll bend under duress, but you can still be effective using our power shot templates. But even something, I'm holding a spinner here. All are wooden canes, which, by the way, they're made by our sister company over at Cane Masters, finest canes in the world. But I want to show you something, because the mentality is the majority of the individuals asking these questions are not trained caners. And so when you're not trained, it really doesn't matter what cane you're carrying. It's the same with any other tool that you might be considering for self-protection. Canes are fun. They're cool. Lord knows I have a very extensive collection over the years, and you might be watching and you do too. But at the end of the day, it's not the cane that saves lives, it's your training that saves lives. We've had these conversations before, but today I want to give you an illustration of that. So, yeah, and Jose's going to help me out with this. And listen, when you know what you're doing, you shouldn't be sacrificing your cane. So something's coming over. The idea is not for you to go cane on cane. It doesn't matter where it's coming through. It's coming from the outside, bang, and cane against cane. That's not the idea. That's not what you want. You say, well, in ACSD, don't you have 12 strike and defense zones, and you hear tack, tack, tack? Yeah, but it's a little bit different. When you come in here, it's a very light so that I can just get to the inside. Let me show you how you would handle most of these common whaling attacks if you know what you're doing with your body movement. It's not just footwork. Footwork, I always say, gets you in and out of trouble, but it's your overall body movement, like you have it in cane flow. They move in a particular, that dance has principles that you have to maintain. One of them is that half body concept that you hear me talk about. So when this comes here, rather than looking to put my cane and have to trust my cane, it's more along the lines of, look, here's my half body relative to him, right? So I'm over here, don't move. If I point this down and you look at my feet, it's, do that again, and I'll show, and I'll show. So when I do this, my feet are perpendicular. That's that perpendicular stance in ACSD. My front foot is forward, almost making 90 degrees. But look at this. I've come in. Those of you that follow us with Maestro Reese and Sobrevivencia, this is what you get all day. You don't get this, you get this, and that strike a lot of times will go to the limb, because if you take out the limbs, you win. But now we have that center. center line. And it doesn't matter to me whether you're using the tip like we use in Sobrevivencia, or you're coming in here and doing this, and then surprise, you're so committed with the hands down that now you're in here. But look at how close you are and how you can do things here, right? So your body positioning shouldn't just get you out of the way. It should put you in a safe place where you can actually do something about this. Let me show you in the common strike that comes out here, that baseball bat swing. Let me show you where you don't want to be. So the idea is not to be out here. You don't want to be there and test your cane with that. What you want to do is move into it. Look at the movement here. I'll show you. You have that in SV. You have it in cane flow. It's this movement with the feet just moving in back and forth, right? So you move from here, you're going to move to the inside, you're going to move to the inside, because what you do is you're taking out, you're diminishing the effect of the strike by not being in here. It's almost like that hurricane. They say the safest place to be is in the eye of the hurricane. And that's what you're going to do, is you're going to move in towards it. But there's no stress on the cane. The cane becomes almost like a checking mechanism, and here's my strike when I move in. So I don't have to stand there and check out and say, well, let me test that cane and see if it's coming to the other side. Same thing. I'm not coming out here to chase it. I'm going to move in here where this thing is not, and then be close enough to it. See, I will check it. I'm checking them here. I'm checking them on the hand. But look where I am. I'm to the inside. The idea is never to go cane on cane. And guess what? Because ACSD principles, Sobrevivencia as well, teaches you the cane, the translation to the empty hand, the same rule applies. So that now, I'm not, we could use the same tool, and I'll show you why. I'm not here, would you do this? Would you do this? I mean, you can. I mean, there's individuals that, I don't want to do that. That's my own, that, you know, this fractures. I don't want anything to do with that. So if this is a strike, you know, that's coming here, I want to be out of here so that then I can get to the inside. I don't want to test this. And it's the same thing if it's coming in straight. For instance, it's here. Look at that. He runs into this. I'll use the meaty portion of my form to get out as a checking mechanism, but I'm not here to stay and do this. I'm not there to take the brunt of that attack. And so that's how it ties in the cane to the empty hand. And the reason why something like these things, yeah, both of those, you know, finest canes in the world, absolutely. They can, you know, withstand impact. We designed them like that. It's a very American thing, really, to do that. American cane self-defense, that's the culture from the onset. But when you're trained, then we can get into the details of, hey, this is aircraft grade aluminum, and this has, you know, a horn for a quick release response. All those things start mattering more when you're trained. When you're not trained, who cares? Who cares? If you think you're just going to take this and boom, you're going to get clobbered. You're going to get clobbered. So it only makes sense. Yes, you want a cane that's reliable, but without the training, you got nothing. Training saves lives. And listen, how do you learn of all these things and the step-by-step? Again, just text the letter CCC to the number on the screen. It begins with a simple phone call. We get to learn where you're at right now. Everybody's different. Everybody's got different injuries, limitations. No, you're never too old. You're never too old, because unfortunately, criminals don't care. They're only looking for soft targets, right? So we have a way of getting this ingrained in your nerve system, and we can deliver it anywhere in the world. I'm Joe Robaina for American Cane Self-Defense. Thanks for watching. Keep caning. Stay safe.